see the pyramids.
So, and are the pyramids lined up?
Yeah.
Like 3 in a row?
Yes.
And you say they're covered with sand, so you can't really see the bottoms. And as you look out over the entire area, what else do you see down there below you?
That's weird.
What do you see? What's weird?
I can see all the trees, flowers.
How far away are the trees and the flowers from the pyramids?
Way, way away.
So
Far away.
why did you say it was weird then?
By the pyramids looks like a dead.
Okay, the area seems real barren, and then way out in the distance, it looks like it's full of life, huh?
Yes.
Beautiful. And so are the pyramids in the desert then?
No, there's that ones.
Just right there. I want you to move to where the flowers and the trees are. I want you to float in the air while you're in the air all the way over to where the flowers and the trees are. Keep your eyes on them and you're going to get there really fast. In a count of 5, 4, 3, halfway there, 2, almost there, and 1, you're there. What type of trees are those?
Giant trees. Bigger trees.
Big trees?
Giant.
Giant. Or giant?
Yes.
Ah, giant trees. Very good. And what about the flowers?
Nice flowers.
Colorful. Colorful flowers. Are you still floating above them?
No.
Have you landed on the ground near them?
Yes.
Ah, very good. And how big would you say you are compared to the trees?
Normal.
Your normal size. And when you say they're giant trees, how giant? How tall? What do you think?
20, 30 feet.
Ah, very good. And what about the flowers? What color are the flowers?
Pinks, yellows. Everything is green.
Everything is green. So it's rather beautiful then, huh?
Yeah.
Very good. And you've landed on the ground. What are you standing on?
On dirt?
Is there a pathway?
No. It's in rock, everything.
So you say rocks?
Yeah.
So is there a path of rocks?
No.
You just happen to be standing on some rocks.
Yes.
How big are the rocks?
Not too big.
Okay. And are you still barefooted?
Yes.
And do you see any bugs or do you hear any birds or anything now that you're near the forest or near the trees?
Everything is in silence.
Oh, it's still in silence. Very good. And how did you feel about floating? Was that pretty nice?
Yes.
We're going to do that again because I want you to travel, but I don't want you to go really high off the ground. I just want you to float off the ground about 5 feet, and I'd like you to just float through the forest or through the trees. How many trees does it look like it is?
Lots of trees. It's like a forest.
Oh, so it is a forest. And where would the flowers be in relationship to the trees?
right here.
You can see them, can't you?
Yes.
And are they on the ground?
Yeah, on the ground.
So they're on the ground and they're green leaves around the flowers as well?
Yes.
And are the flowers really low to the ground or are they really tall?
They are tall, but not that tall.
Sort of beautiful, huh?
Yeah.
Very nicely. And I want you, I can hear something. What is that sound? Do you hear water?
No.
Keep moving through the forest, and I want you to just describe everything as you're traveling through.
Some massive trees.
Pretty massive trees, huh?
Yes. Nice, beautiful.
What are they shaped like? Have you ever seen trees like that before?
No.
And you're still wearing the crown?
No.
What are you wearing now? It's okay, just describe it. I have a feeling you're questioning everything. Don't question it, just answer it. Just go ahead and answer it, it's okay. No matter how strange or whatever it seems like, what are you wearing?
I am almost complete naked.
Okay, very good. Are you male or female?
Male.
What parts of your body is covered? Your genitals?
Yes.
What's covering your genitals? Is it material? Is it a leaf? What's it made of? Is it armor?
No. Something like a skin. That's right.
Like a skin, like an animal skin?
Yes.
Is it furry or is it like leather?
Like leather, yes.
So is it thick or is it pretty soft?
Pretty soft.
Okay. And it just ties around your back or something? Or does it just cover it like a flap?
Just like a flap.
Ah, very good. And what about your legs and your arms? Are you strong looking?
Yes.
Is it the same body you were that you had when you had the crown and the armor on?
Not the same.
Ah, it's not the same. So hold your hands up this time and look at them. What do they look like?
Skinny.
Skinny?
Yes.
And what about your feet? Are you wearing anything on your feet?
No.
And what about your hair or your head? Touch your head. What's there?
Long hair.
Your hair is long as well. And I want you to go ahead and grab it and take a peek at it again. What color is it?
Dark brown.
Ah, so your hair is dark brown and it's pretty long. Do you say it's to your, how long is it this time?
By the middle of my back.
Ah, very nice. Dark brown hair to the middle of your back. And I want you to land on the ground again. And we're going to stay on the ground. Do you have any type of ornaments or anything on your wrist or your fingers or anything?
No.
Look at your hands. What color are they?
Dark brown.
Darker than they were before when you were wearing the crown?
No.
Pretty much the same?
A little bit darker.
Ah, a little bit darker. And how many fingers do you have?
5.
Ah, very good. And look at the backs of your hands. What do your fingernails look like? Clean, dirty, pointed. What do they look like?
Clean.
How tall are you?
Normal size.
Very good. I can tell you're really, really thinking about everything that you see and everything, and that's what I was trying to tell you. Don't try and just say it. It's okay. You're totally safe. You're just exploring. That's all. You're just exploring. Does anything seem weird about any of your surroundings?
No.
So the trees, you say they're really, really big trees, about 30 feet tall. And there are flowers in the greenery around the bottom of the trees.
Yes.
And then the path that you're walking on, is it made of grass? Or are you walking in the flowers? Or you're walking, what are you walking on?
Just walking on dirt.
Oh, very good. So does it look like a pathway there through the trees then?
Not really.
But there's some bare parts, right?
Yes.
And that's just happen to be the part that you're walking on. I want you to move to where there's other people just like you. I want you to move, and we're going to get there magically. And don't be afraid to travel magically. You'll be there in the count of 5, 4, 3, halfway there, 2, almost there, and 1. You're there where other people are just like you. Where are you at now?
It's nobody. I am alone.
Still in the exact same place? You didn't leave where you left off at?
Yes.
Are you afraid to meet other people? Be honest.
There's nobody there.
No one there at all?
No.
Well, let's go to where you live at then. And we're going to be there really quickly in the count of 3, 2, and 1. Now where are you?
In home.
Ah, very nicely. And what does their home look like?
In my room.
You're inside of a room?
Yes, my room.
Ah, very nicely. And go ahead and describe your room.
a small room, 2 windows, the door, my bed.
What does the bed look like?
My bed is made, normal size.
I want you to go to the window and look out the window for me and tell me what's outside.
1 tree. I can see the trees.
You can see the trees. Are you looking at the trees that you saw in the forest there?
No.
Yes?
No.
So go ahead and describe where you are now. As you're looking out the window, what does the window look like? Is it square or?
Squares.
Okay. What color what are you wearing now?
Shorts and t-shirt.
Shorts and a t-shirt. Very good. And are you male or female?
Male.
And what are you wearing on your feet?
Nothing.
You still barefooted?
Yes.
And you say you see a tree outside. How old are you?
18.
What's your name?
Carlos.
Very good. And are you in Mexico?
Yes.
Very good. And I want you to go on through the house. Is there anyone else home?
No. There's nobody home.
Very good. Is there do you have any closets in the house at all?
Yes.
Is the door closed on the closet?
Yeah.
Good. I want you to just keep looking at that door, the closet door, and I know it's closed. And around the edges of the door, all the way around the complete edges of the door, a very bright light is starting to come through around the edges of the door. It looks a little magical. Very nice. Can you see that light?
Yeah.
What color is that light?
White.
It's a beautiful white light.
Yes.
Excellent. Now that door is going to open. And it's going to open out. It's a beautiful angel. It's just going to come forward, or they're going to come forward. And I don't want you to be surprised, but I want them to come on out. They're going to help with what's going on. They're going to give you some guidance. Has the door open yet?
Yeah.
Very nicely. And who's come out of the light?
Small lights. White lights.
Small white lights?
Yes.
And are they floating in the air?
Yes.
How many of them?
Like a 20 lights surrounding me.
20 lights surrounding you.
Yes.
Very nice. How does it feel to be with those lights?
Good.
Very nicely. One of the lights is going to take form so it can communicate with you. And I want you to tell me, what form does one of the lights take?
Female.
Very good. And can you describe the female?
White skin. Long white hair.
Beautiful. Does she seem beautiful?
Yes.
Is she smiling?
No.
I want you to ask her, tell her your name and ask her who she is. Who does she say she is?
She didn't answer.
Is she looking at you?
Yes.
I want you to smile at her. Did you smile at her? Please. You're not afraid, are you?
No.
Awesome. I want you to look right at her and ask her, what is your name? If she came and she turned from a ball of light to a female, she'll answer.
Alicia.
Ah, Alicia. So did she tell you verbally out loud, or did she telepathically tell you?
Telepathy.
Oh, very good. And ask Alicia. She has a message for you. I want you to listen and listen to what her message is. What is her message for you?
She's finding the place where she lives.
She's finding the place where she lives?
She's fine in the place where she lives.
Ah, she's fine in the place where she lives.
She's okay.
Who is Alicia to you?
My grandmother.
Ah, your grandmother. Very good. Very, very good. And she says she's fine where she's at. And who are the other 20, the other 19 lights that have come through? Who are they? Can she introduce you to them?
No.
She says no?
She don't talk.
Now, I want you to look over to your side. There's a little table and it has some earphones on it. You know, like when you're listening to music. Can you see that? I want you to grab them and put them on. You put them on?
Yes.
And there, if you feel it, there's a little button. Just push that button. I promise you, you'll hear everything. Have you pushed it?
Yes.
Now, Alicia, how big is Alicia? How tall is she?
160.
You say 160?
Yes.
That's how tall she is?
Yeah.
Is that 160 inches? Or
Yes. No.
stones?
Centimeters.
160 centimeters. Very good. And now, this time, she has a message another message for you, and I want you to just go ahead and receive the message for you. And I think you should hear her nice and clear.
She wants me to take care of my mom and love it.
She wants you to take care of your mom.
Yes.
And who else?
And love her.
And love her. Very good. Do you communicate with your mom much?
Yes.
Very good. And is she your mom's mom? Or your dad?
Yes.
Very good. And are the other lights still around you as well?
Yeah, they are.
Very good. Have they totally made a circle around you?
Yes.
Tell her you had a few questions that you wanted to ask her, and if it's possible that she can go ahead and relay the answers. Does she mind?
I don't mind.
She doesn't mind. Well, tell her that your first question was, you're on the earth now, and you just wanted to know How many times have you been born on the planet Earth as a human? She knows how many. What did she say?
34.
34 times? Oh, very nicely. Have you ever been a female before when you were born? She'll tell you.
She said yes.
Oh, that's interesting. And how many times were you ever female?
6.
So you're pretty masculine most of the time, huh? Can you ask her, what has been the purpose of your life in this lifetime to come to the earth?
Help people.
Ah, you're coming here to help people.
Yes.
Very nicely. And how does she think that would be best for you, the best way for you to help people?
Talking.
Ah, through communicating. Ask her, do you have any special gifts that you haven't discovered yet? Or what are your special gifts?
Number gifts for me.
What did she say?
Yes.
Repeat that again, please.
There are no more gifts for me.
Normal gifts?
No more.
No more gifts. But your gift isn't talking then, huh?
Yes.
Tell her what would you be talking about that would really help people? You may share, it's okay. What is she showing you?
She didn't say nothing.
Ah, very good. So you've been on the planet 34 times. You were female 6 of those
36 times.
36 times. So 30 times as a male and 6 times as a female?
Yes.
Were you ever anything else besides human?
No.
No, very good. Tell her you wanted to meet one. Can you meet one of your guardians or one of your guides? Actually, can any? I want you to address another one of the light beings there. The orbs. Is that what they are? Light orbs.
Yes.
Can you ask another one to show itself? Has any other of the orbs taken shape yet?
No. Nobody.
Did you ask them, or are you
Yes.
just looking at them?
I asked him.
Did you say please?
No.
Well, say it again and say please. But they're still there then, huh?
Yes.
Okay, so, well, you're going to have to, I guess, address them in the form that they are. I want you to, Alicia, your grandmother, great-grandmother, she'll stay there, but I want you to turn to another one of the orbs, and I want you to ask the orb, what message has it brought you? Could you please share a message, please? And it'll send you a message. One will send you a message. Are they all just floating in the air?
Yeah.
Are they moving, or are they just in one place, just like really still?
They're moving around me.
Oh, okay. They look like little bubbles?
Yes.
Can you see through them?
It's like a small spark of light.
Oh, very nice. And they're still surrounding you, huh?
Yes.
Very nicely. I'm sure they're protecting you. Well, let's go ahead and address Alicia again. You just tell her, she said she didn't mind answering questions. Tell her you had a dream. Tell her, can she explain the dream that you had about being in the maze? Where you were looking down and seeing yourself in the maze. Ask her, where was that place?
She says that my life.
Your life?
Yes.
What about it?
Trying to find the correct direction on my life.
So whenever you're having that dream, you're trying to figure out what's the right path to take?
Yes.
Can she help you with that at all? With what is the right path for you? Please?
She say, oh, I already know.
You already know. That's very nice. But tell her, since you're here and you're exploring your higher mind in these realms, if she could just go ahead and verbalize it for you, that you'd be really appreciative if she did. Tell her, if you already know, why do you keep getting stuck in the maze then, if you know, and you've been having that dream for years. Tell her you need help. That's why you're stuck in that maze. And if you know, how come you can't get out? She'll tell you.
Yes.
What is she?
She said I'm not stuck anymore in the maze.
You've gotten out of the maze.
Yes.
And ask her, do you talk with your music? She said one of your gifts of helping people was talking.
Yes.
Are you speaking through your music?
Not really.
What does she think is the best way to speak, to help people, for you? Is she showing you things or saying things and you're just not sharing?
No.
What did she say?
Nothing.
So you've made it out of that maze, and basically then you didn't know which direction to go, but you found the direction.
Yes.
So what is that dream that you had about that fireball chasing you in your dream? What was that all about?
Demons. All my demons.
When she says demons, does she means negative things that you've done?
Yes.
And they were chasing you. And why were they chasing you? For you to, what was the purpose of them chasing you? She trying to tell you they follow you in life?
Yes.
Have they stopped chasing you then?
Yes.
And when they stopped chasing you, you were doing the right things. You started doing the right thing?
Yeah.
Do you know what you were doing that was so bad that created those anomalies? Were they from this life or from another life?
This life.
So there were things that you did in your past that you consider pretty bad then?
Use rates.
Just what?
Rates.
What's that?
Was something inside me when I read a book.
Which book? Were you reading negative material or something?
Yes.
Were you reading about witchcraft and that type of thing?
Yes.
Why were you reading those books?
Why?
For you were trying to gain power?
Not really.
You just interested or trying to work magic?
Just interested.
But it wasn't good for you, huh?
No, that wasn't good.
So it opened up some pretty dark doors then?
Yes.
And you followed suit with them for a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then they started to chase you. Were you stuck in a maze at that time?
Yes.
And then when you got out of the maze, you understood that you were on the right path, and then they disappeared, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Now, when you were about 17, maybe 15, 16, 17 years old, you were riding your bike in Mexico, and there was a big UFO. What was that? What was that UFO that came over your head, and you saw it, and it went by really slow, and you could see all the details on it? What was that? Or who were they?
Was something amazing.
Are you connected? Ask her, are you connected with what was inside that UFO?
She said no.
Did anything happen to you when you saw it, or you just saw it?
I just saw it.
And why were you able to see it? There has to be a reason.
Yes. To try to explain to people we're not alone in this world.
To explain to people that we're not alone.
Yes.
Because are they going to come futuristically here soon? And you're going to be one of the people who are talking to other people about them and to not be afraid?
Yes.
Is she confirming what I'm saying, or?
Yes.
Very good. So you saw them and they were peaceful. They just flew over you. Tell her, how long does she foresee them coming to the earth? Well, they're already here, but when they're going to start showing up, is that when you're going to have to start, when you'll be helping people and talking about it?
Yes.
Does she know who Hank is?
No.
Oh, very good. So, she says you're going to let people know. Is that part of the talking that you're going to be doing? That why you came here to help, to tell people about that?
Part of it.
That's part of it?
Yes.
What's another part of it?
Make the people feel good.
You're going to be making people feel good?
Yes.
Do you mean feel more comfortable when they come?
Yeah.
Ask her, are they here already?
No, she's not here.
Not she, but you said that UFO, that they were going to be coming. So more of them are going to be coming? Or they're here and we just can't see them yet?
It's more for coming.
And that's why you were able to see them when you were that young?
Yes.
And will you see them again in this lifetime that you are as Carlos?
Yes.
And will you be helping people with that?
No, not right now.
Ah, very good. You really want to understand how you're going to be helping people through talking. What will you be talking about?
Just about the life.
What life would that be? What life?
How beautiful is the life.
How beautiful life is?
Yes.
So are there things that are going to happen to you that really help you to see how beautiful life is, and you're going to start telling other people about it?
Yes.
Oh, very good. And is there anything else that she can tell you about that UFO that went over your head that day? Of who was inside of it? Does she know?
No, she don't know.
Oh, very good. I want you to look at that door again. That light's still there and all of them are still surrounding you?
Yes.
How does it feel to be in their presence again, I'm asking? Pretty protected, huh?
Yes.
Well, someone else is going to come through the light again. And Alicia, she's just going to step aside. And this one that comes through this time, they have a lot more answers. She just wanted to come forward first so you'd be comfortable. Is it really good to see her?
Okay.
Did you hug her? It's okay. Go ahead and give her a hug. And tell her thank you for coming forward. It's beautiful to see her again.
Yes.
Now this time someone else is going to come through. This is going to be someone that's really associated with you and they know a lot about you. I want you to just look into that light and take a long, slow, deep breath. Inhale through your nose, big. And as you exhale, they're going to come through. And be prepared. Who's coming through this time?
I don't see nobody.
No one at all? And are the orbs still floating around you?
Just a bright light.
Ah, bright light has come through?
That's all what I can see. Through the door.
Oh, very good. Is it the door itself or just another bright light?
Just a door.
Ah, just the door. And so what about Alicia? Has she gone?
Yes, she left.
All right, very good. So now there's just a bright light. Is it still shaped like a door?
Yes.
Very good. I want you to go ahead and go to the door. And tell me when you get right up to the door. Are you there yet?
Yes.
And you're not afraid, are you?
I can see nothing,
Just the light, huh?
just a light blind my eyes.
But that doesn't hurt your eyes, does it?
No.
Oh, very good. I want you to step into the light. And I want you to tell me how it feels to be in that beautiful light. You're totally safe. And you can easily come back with no problem. The door will remain open for you. How does it feel to be in that light?
Good.
Very nicely. What does it look like? Just bright light everywhere, huh?
Yes.
Beautiful. I want you to look deep into the light. And I just want you to ask the light, Quetzalcoatl. I want you to call his name. Quetzalcoatl. He's the giver of life. Ask him, are we communicating? And look for his response. What is his response?
She answered, hello.
Repeat that again, please.
Hello.
Ah, he says hello.
Yes.
Ah, very good. He has a message for you, and I want you to ask him, what is his message for you? And I want him, if first ask him, what's his message, and then let him know you have a few questions, very small questions. What's his message for you?
She want me to continue the battle
Continue the battle.
for the truth.
Continue the battle for truth. And ask him, what is the truth?
Against Christians.
Against Christians?
Yes.
So, is the message of some of the things that Christians have done have been wrong?
Yes.
And you're going to speak out about that? Ask him, what is the best way for you to continue that battle?
Telling the people how our culture was made before the Spaniards came in.
Because you were peaceful people, weren't you?
Yes.
And they came in and they forced Christianity on your people, didn't they?
Yes.
But they didn't tell all the truth, did they?
They don't say the truth.
And ask them, what is the biggest truth of your origin before the Christians came that your culture has forgotten or been removed from your culture? Is he showing you things? very good. And what are you being shown?
To show me. Their big city.
You say a big city?
Yes.
What city is that? Is the city, I'm sorry.
Ancient city.
Oh, it's an ancient city. Is it an ancient city that was on the planet Earth?
Yes.
Were you there in that city?
Yes, with him.
Ah, you were there with him.
Yes.
Ah, very good. And who were you to him?
I'm a warrior.
Well, you're what?
I am a warrior.
A warrior.
Yes.
Very good. So you were a warrior in an ancient city.
Yes.
Is that the place where the pyramids were in the sand?
Yes.
Ah, very good. And you were a king. You became a king in that area, in that time?
No.
You had on a crown. What was the crown and the armor that you had on when you first arrived? He knows. Was that the same time frame, or was that somewhere different?
Was the same but different. It was.
Oh, it was a different time frame?
Yes.
So when it was buried under the sand, that was probably before or after, the beautiful... Oh, after. Understood. Understood. So you were a warrior, and was Quetzalcoatl, was he on the planet Earth then?
It's not there anymore.
He's not there anymore?
No.
Oh, very good. Where are you at now then? Still in the light?
Yes.
Oh, very good.
She's everywhere.
He's everywhere.
She's all God.
He's all things.
Yes.
Very good. And ask him, does he mind answering a few of your questions you may have asked already, just for some clarification, please? Really simple questions.
Yeah.
Very good. You wanted to know about the orbs. Those orbs that came out of the light originally. What did those orbs represent?
Life.
Ah, life. And did those 20 orbs or so, were they any life in particular? Because they were all individual. Who were they? Or what were they?
Protectors.
Ah, very good. They were protectors, and they were protecting you and Alicia?
Just me.
Ah, they were protecting you. Very good. Are they around you all the time?
Yes.
Even in your physical body as Carlos, they're around you?
Yes, they are.
Ah, very good. So those would be your guardians then, huh?
Yeah.
20, that's a lot.
Yes.
Very, very good. And are you a warrior of the light?
Yeah.
Very, very good. And you wanted to know about that UFO. You asked Alicia, but you have a feeling she may have not known all the things that Quetzalcoatl would know. What were you connected to that ship that flew over you when you were a kid in any way?
It's a messenger.
Aha, the ship was a messenger?
Yes.
And did it leave you a message then?
Not to me.
The message was for the planet.
Yes. Was just a sign for me.
Oh, it was a sign for you.
Yes.
A sign of what's to come, huh?
Yes.
And when it does come back and they come back in full force, they're a positive force, are they not? For the good of mankind?
Yes, very good.
Ah, very good. And are you connected to them in any way? Or just they allowed you to see them because you were the right type of person to accept it?
Yes, just for that.
Because you were the right type of person?
Yes.
Ah, very good. And Quetzalcoatl, he's the giver of life in all things. Is this correct?
Yes.
Is he familiar with Hank?
Yes.
And have you and I had any experience before we ever met in this lifetime before?
No.
What does he know about Hank then? Please.
She said something about the dimension.
From another dimension?
Yes.
He knows me from another dimension?
Yes.
This is very good then. So, he knows me from another dimension. Are we friendly with each other?
Yes.
Very good. And he says this is the first time you and I have ever come in contact with each other, huh?
Yes.
Why did we make such fast friends as soon as we met?
She said you know he's exists.
Because I know he exists.
Yes.
And are Carlos and I are like-minded individuals, or you say Carlos is a warrior of the light, is that correct?
Yes.
And is Hank a warrior of the light as well?